Welcome to Process to Profitability, a podcast all about the tools and strategies you need to serve your clients and grow your small business, hosted by me, Samantha Mabe of Lemon and the Sea. Join me as I chat with creative entrepreneurs and small business owners about how they built and grew their businesses and how you can do the same in a way that fits you. Let's get started. Hi everybody and happy Tuesday. I am coming to you from Pennsylvania today, which is why this might sound and look a little bit different if you're watching on Facebook. But I wanted to talk about designing a strategic sales or services page. If you listened to the podcast episode about what pages you need on your website, we discussed whether you need a sales page, a services page, or both. But the design that we're going to talk about applies to both of these things, and so I wanted to go over that with you guys today. This can be one of your most content-heavy pages on your website because you need to share a lot of information, especially if you are offering a service that is a little bit different than everybody else's. Perhaps you have a process that no one else does, or you offer something that other people don't. And so we want to talk about the design because you can use the design to do things like remove distractions and break up your content into smaller chunks to make it easy for your website visitors to know whether or not they want to pursue this service and then what the next steps are. So first, let's review the difference between a sales and a services page. A sales page generally focuses on one product or service, and that is a special something. So it could be something like a course or a very particular process or something that you're only offering one time, something that is not a general service, but you need a lot of information about it to really promote it and give people what they need to then purchase. A services page includes much of the same information, but it's more about your general services. So you can have a similar layout between them, but a services page is going to tell people more about what you offer. Even if there are different levels or you have a very specific process, this is going to be the thing where people can come and learn what it is that you do and then choose, if you have different options, which one would be best for them and how they want to pursue that. So for either of these things, you need to include some calls to action to get people to move forward with working with you. When you are laying out a sales page, and I have studied a lot of them, there is an outline that you can follow. And I will be sharing this in the show notes once this episode is live, so you don't have to worry about taking notes because this is a lot of information. But the first thing you need is a powerful headline. A lot of times this is in some kind of a banner image. You want to grab attention. You want to draw in those dream clients that are perfect for whatever it is that you're selling and encourage them to keep reading. The best way to do that is to be specific, direct, and provoke somebody's curiosity by using the language that they're using and focusing on a benefit that they can get from purchasing this service or working with you. Then you want to have a little bit of more information that goes into why that headline is true and just keeps them reading. Then you can share your story behind your offer. So how did you get here? And why did you decide that this was something that needed to be offered to the world? This can be really important because it gives you a chance to talk about your transformation, maybe what you have learned that brought you to this point, or how you've helped others, and include some testimonials. Throughout your page, this is really important because this is going to be a long, content-heavy page. You want to include powerful, attention-grabbing headlines. So our goal of a sales page is to make sure that it's pretty easy to skim. And those headings, those headlines are going to give you that ability. A lot of times in your design, these are going to be a different color or a different font, and they're going to be larger. So as somebody scrolls down the page, they're going to see these things, and then they're going to know, okay, the information under here is relevant to me or it's not. It makes it really easy for them to skim. when you're writing these headlines, I'm not a copywriter, but a tip that I got is to write a headline that tells people, why should anyone read this section? Give them the gist of it so that they know what it is that they're going to be looking at. The next thing you want to consider is images for your sales page. So if you have a product or some kind of a course, share images of what it's going to look like. So for a digital product, share images on an iPad or a laptop where they can see kind of the inside of the course or what the product is going to look like so they know what to expect. And make sure that you're including images of you. So when you are teaching a course or you are offering a service, people want to know who it is that they're working with, and having an image of you is going to be really important for that. You also want to make sure that any images you use are on brand. So make sure that they complement what you're already using. And while the design may be different, if this is something a little bit out of the ordinary, it can still tie together with your overall design. Throughout your pages, sales page, services page, website in general, you want to include testimonials. What you want to focus on here is not getting testimonials that say, oh, Samantha is a great person and I loved working with her. You want to call out the reasons that people might not be buying from you and give them a reason to buy it. Give them numbers, give them really results-driven things so that they can see that what it is that you're doing is actually working for people. You can get these testimonials from past clients, students of a course, beta testers, or other influencers. So if you have worked with a coach or somebody who is an influencer for your dream clients, having a testimonial from them that just gives them some insight into who you are is a great way to build trust. If you can, include a photo of whoever it is that's leaving the testimonial, include numbers and be specific about the results that they're getting, and then you can also create a portfolio with case studies of people who have used your services before so that they can really see themselves in it and make sure that it's worth it. So once you have all of that together, you have those headings kind of written out, you want to make sure that you have a section that focuses on the features and benefits. So features, what a person gets, what is it that's in the course or the product that they are going to get, and then the benefits are why they need it. State these as facts, but why it is that this will help them and they need it. You can also include, if you're offering a course, the titles of your modules and a little bit of what's included and the results from each of those so that it's really clear what it is that the people who are going to buy from you are getting. Make sure that they know up front that, for example, this is an online course, there are 6 modules, these are the titles, this is a little bit of the information you're going to get. Here's an image of what it looks like when you log in so that everybody knows what to expect. If you have a guarantee, so a 30-day refund or whatever it is, make sure you include that. And then have your buttons. So give them really specific call to action buttons to join, to say join or get access or something like that. You can then have an FAQ section, so address any common questions and objections. A great way to do this from a web design perspective is to use an accordion menu. So you have a question kind of in bold and they can click on it and it opens up the answer. So you're not using the whole space of your page, but they can open and close them as needed. And then make sure that you are really addressing any lingering objections once they get to the bottom of the page. The best way to design this is to break it up into sections. Like I said, with the headers, with some images, make sure that everybody knows that they can skim through this and get the information that they need, and then give them a really clear place to actually sign up or purchase whatever it is. That's really important. If you're not letting people know how they can get access, they're not going to be able to buy from you. You also want to let them know, especially if you are selling something that's not available right away, something that you're working on is going to be released later, let them know that up front so that When they buy, they're not expecting immediate access. Let them know when they will get the information. If it's coming out, week by week, let them know that upfront so that everybody is clear on what to expect. And that will help you a little bit to avoid some of those emails from people asking those questions of you. All right, so that is a sales page. So the outline here goes powerful headline, the story behind your offer, some testimonials, features and benefits, guarantee, button, FAQ section, another button, wrap it all up with any lingering objections, answer those. For a services page, this is a little bit different because you're probably talking about multiple things. So you want to start with that same powerful headline. What is the big transformation that people get from you? Share the story behind your offer with your transformation or how you've helped others or how you came to the process that you're using. Again, make sure that you're using headings that grab people's attentions and images that fit your brand and include photos of you. It's also a great place to include examples of your work. Since they're not getting access to a course that you need to show them the inside, show them examples of work that you have done through the services you're offering. Then include some testimonials and tell them how you work with people. So if there are different levels of services, if you only have one service and that's it, include that there. Focus on then the features and benefits. So benefits, why they need it, features, what exactly they get. You don't have to go into super detail here because it's not necessary to tell them, okay, for this website design, you get 12 pages and this and this and this. They can get that information once they get in contact with you, but the big features that they get. And then have a button that has some kind of information about how they can get in touch with you. So invite them to learn more or book your service, book a call, whatever it is that you're sending them to. No matter which page you're laying out, the sales page or the services page, the big thing here is to keep it simple. So I would recommend not having more than 3 options for things for them to buy and divide the page up into sections so that it's easy for people to watch and read through so that they know what it is that they're getting and focus on the benefits to them. So what is the transformation that they're going to get and prove that through some testimonials and portfolio examples that they can check out and really see that you are going to do what you're telling them you're going to do. Your 3 action steps for today are to, number 1, add at least one image of you to your sales or services page if there isn't one. Number 2, update your calls to actions to encourage action. You need at least 2 buttons somewhere on your page, one most of the way down, one somewhere in the middle. You might want one after, kind of an explanation paragraph at the top, but make sure it encourages action and isn't just something really generic and boring. And number 3, add testimonials that reflect the results that your clients saw after working with you. You want at least 2 or 3 of these on your page, whether they're in kind of a slideshow that people can scroll through or they're scattered throughout your page. This is really what's going to sell people on working with you because they know that you're trustworthy if you have done it for other people. Make sure you tune in next week for our last strategic website design series where we're going to be talking about designing a strategic contact page, which for me is a page that a lot of people forget about, but it is so important for your website. Thanks for listening to Process to Profitability. Please take a minute to leave an honest review in iTunes so that I can help more small business owners and creative entrepreneurs find the show.